When I catch you, Ayo. When I catch you, Ayo. When I catch you, Ayo. There will be hell to pay. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 11, Episode 6. That tall boy, he must pay. He must pay, okay? I don't know why I'm dragging it because I definitely got somewhere to go. That's why you see the makeup and y'all know the drill. If you see a full face, don't get used to it. So before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So Mimi pulls up to the date with Omar and she says she's very happy with what she sees.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm very happy. This was needed. To be honest, you very much fit the bracket of my type.
I definitely love someone who's got a pretty face, really nice teeth, maybe some nose rings.
Might actually be me, actually.
It might be someone that you know, I don't know.
This man says that as a teacher, he's building himself up to be a good dad. These London boys and the lines, like, they're always ready with these lines. And Mimi, like me, poor lover girl, is just eating it up, eating it up, eating it up. I'm like, Mimi, okay, all right. Anyways, she says that she likes a tall, dark, handsome, pretty boy. He says that he's a sucker for a pretty face and nose rings. Basically, Mimi, he's just not doing it for me. And for the people who didn't finish the last video, I said he definitely looked better in his promotional photo, and it was all those filters that they put on when people walk into the villa that made Omar look a little to me. I still don't think that I would put Omar with Mimi, but he definitely looks better sitting down on this date with her. Back in the villa, the other girls are talking to Uma, and they do say that wait, are they talking to Uma? Regardless, they say that the connection between Uma and Ayo is better than between Mimi and Ayo. Ronnie says that he's not good with his words, which is why the speech was just so weird. And Harriet is over the moon, even though she's pretending like she's not. She claims she's not here for the drama and the love triangles, but you keep finding yourself in drama and or love triangles. So, all right. Ayo talks to the guys and he says that if he had the choice, Mimi would have been his first option.
Because Uma couldn't be your first choice.
Well, naturally, no. My speech was happening.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first choice. Anyone understands what's been going on in this villa from day one, then Mimi's my first choice. It didn't feel good seeing it or hearing that she's going on the date with another man. I do like Mimi. I can sense from myself that I do like her.
I think in retrospect, it's easy to say that. We don't know how things would have gone because the choice was taken from him. If Mimi really was your first choice, why haven't you been treating her like a first choice? If Mimi really was your first choice, why didn't Uma get the tip that that was going to happen? Because sometimes people will go for their second option if they know that who they're going to pick is looking at someone else. Or at least we would have gotten an inkling of Uma putting more effort elsewhere if she knew that Mimi was Ayo's first choice. Like, please, this is all lip service. We're seeing very little action. Ayo. Oh, this man stresses me. So he was stunned, as we know, when she went on the date. And it looks to me like he thought he was going to have the pick of his litter and didn't realize that the tables were going to flip. She warned him. And that's exactly what happened. When a bombshell comes in, you will feel it too. And in this moment, I believe that he was feeling it. So Sean tells Harriet that his words in his speech were genuine and he's ready to pursue her.
You had more to say about me than half the boys did in here.
Yeah, might not have been at the top of the tree and whatever, but I do
He was
feel
always
like
up there.
it did mean everything.
Yeah.
But like, I'm being genuine with what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Harriet doesn't like this man. Look, I don't know how he doesn't see it, but sweetie, Harriet don't like you. Harriet don't want you. Is the orange going with, I feel like the orange is clashing. Let me go with blue. Yeah, I like the blue better. He points out that he knows he's not at the top of the list. So, I don't know, something about Sean, like it's just not working. I mean, at least he is trying, which is more than I can say for a couple of the guys. Manveer. But you're trying with the wrong one. Later on in the episode, people ask him how he's feeling about Harriet, and he says that he's getting mixed messages. maybe from the words that she's saying, he's getting mixed messages, but from how she acts around him, I think it's pretty clear that she's not interested. Jess calls Ronnie out on his speech, and he does agree with her that the words he chose were not the best words.
My eyes have been massively opened, and I am hugely open. I don't think you said one nice thing about me. It was almost as if you've been forced. There's other connections in the villa that I maybe need to explore, but your choice of words are way off.
The terms of words I used were wrong, and I apologise for that.
Realistically speaking, even if you're not good with words, like we saw Kieran was shaking like a leaf. He even had to check in with the guys like, guys, was that good? Like, I don't know. Why would you even mention somebody else at all? Whether it's a hypothetical somebody else, these future bombshells that are coming in, or somebody else who's already in the villa, why even pay them any mind? Like, we know on Love Island, you are open to exploring. You have had this conversation with Jess as well. To say it in the speech when the moment is supposed to be meant for the person who you're choosing to couple up with. But then again, I'm looking at Jess like, a few episodes ago, you called him out on having a wandering eye. So can we really be surprised that this is how he's moving? Not really. Uma and Ayo head to the terrace, and he tells her that he is still very much interested, even though maybe at that recoupling speech it looked like he maybe wasn't.
I know that you and Mimi have a connection, and I didn't want her to feel like at any point worried or gutted.
I would have liked it under better circumstances.
So you're happy?
I'm happy.
I'm happy with the decision. It was a good one.
Okay. Do you know what I think about? I think about that kiss a lot. Just meaning there should have been more seconds added to that.
This man is feeding for affection. I wonder how much play he gets at home, because it's looking like he doesn't get much. Aren't you a model? Don't you have girlies in your age bracket like just waiting to get at you? This man is acting like he hasn't... Ooh, let me filter what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this man had to touch Pum in 2 years. But like, seriously, it's giving that energy. Anyways, she says that she is open to being a little bit more affectionate with him, but he just gotta chill. He's talking about this kiss and he's ready to cuddle, and she's like, yo, I'm a slow burn. I'm very skeptical when people say this whole slow burn thing, but all right, fine. She, in my opinion, can probably sense that he is split right now. So I'm sure she wouldn't want to put all her eggs in a basket that isn't fully secured yet. I don't know who else her options would be. I think Joey is an option, but is Joey just in it for the attention, or does Joey actually want to see what's there with Uma? I don't really know. But yeah, she told him to chill out. Later on, she told the girls that if he would have gone in for a kiss, which she was afraid of with the whole terrace thing, she would have had to pull away. Yikes. So moving on, Kieran is out of a triangle and he is so happy, and so is Nicole.
You're not outside now. You're not outside now.
I know.
I'm happy I'm sharing a bad dude tonight now.
So far, he has had the best leading into a kiss game. He doesn't like pull the girl in from the back of her neck like Ronnie does or like Joey does. He doesn't have to say something stupid like, let me show you something, like Ayo does. It was just, they were feeling it and they just went for it. And it was cute. I liked it. It was cute. Nicole was happy to tell the girls about the kiss. Harriet had such a sour face, but Nicole didn't care. She was going to share the news anyways. She says she doesn't plan on rubbing things in, and I don't think that that's her intention. I think she's just super excited. Harriet is going to be pissed because Harriet lost, and she just can't take the fact that she lost. And I wonder if a part of her thinks, like, it's not the fact that I lost, but I lost to Nicole. I wonder if a part of her thinks that, but anyways, Mimi comes back with Omar, and they both say the date went very well. If you ask me, I don't feel like she was as giddy as she was in the beginning stages with Ayo, so I don't know. She says he is her type. Yeah, anyways, I didn't hear any of the girls express interest in Omar so far, but the next day the girls do kick it up a little bit more. Joey and Samantha touch base, and they claim to be the king and the queen of the villa. They're like, yeah, we're like the mom and dad. God, no. This would be a toxic ass household if y'all were the parents, okay? Apparently, Manveer has been talking to Jess on the low, and he lets her know that he is very interested to get to know her more.
Well, this is romantic for our first date.
Steady on.
Obviously, I find you very attractive, Jess. I think I've made it very clear. You bounce off each other very well. I think we can have that.
Instant, like, spark that I feel with somebody. I wouldn't necessarily say it's there 100% with you.
Yeah, that spark between me and you ain't going to happen straight away.
Yeah, I think he's a gentleman. He respects women. However, everyone loves a bad boy, don't they?
Can Manveer even handle a woman like Jess? Let's be for real. Jess is not the type to fly off the handle from what we've seen so far, but she's gonna give it to you when you deserve, you know, a little tongue lashing. She's gonna give it to you. She's not gonna hold back. Manveer seems so there. And it's crazy. Like, if you ask me who is the cutest guy in the villa, I will say Manveer. But it's like he's giving these girls the ick, and I don't know why. Like, in the beginning, like I said, I felt he was a bit performative, so maybe the girls are picking up on that. In this conversation, Jess says the spark isn't immediate, but maybe it could grow. And then she also says, you know, I love a little bit of a bad boy, which makes me think that Manveer is seen as too nice in the villa. I wonder if he is too nice or if he was just so passive at the beginning that the girls are just now like, he's not somebody I would consider. Patsy was interested. He didn't want Patsy, but Patsy was interested. So, sucks to be Manveer at this point. Speaking of bad boys, Harriet and Ronnie have a private chat now that Jess is squared away with Manveer.
Everything I said was honest.
Yeah.
It just come out wrong. Yeah? Hopefully we get a little date or something.
Hopefully.
Away from everyone.
Another love triangle.
Hopefully this one works out.
Realistically speaking, after seeing how Harriet has acted these past few days, you really want to pursue that? You really want to pursue that? I don't know. Like, guys will get with girls like Harriet and then will complain when their relationship is over, talking about she was so dramatic, she was so toxic, she's crazy, she's this, she's that. She was like that when you found her. Where's the shock? So if Ronnie really does pursue Harriet, I don't want to hear his mouth talking about how Harriet is only here for the drama. She's only ever been here for the drama. Like, be for real. Anyways, Mimi and Ayo talk, and it's this awkward, I don't know. I'm sad to see it break up. Like, there was so much potential, and now this is what we have.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. You happy?
I'm happy to be here, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Sorry, you still have to deal with.
That'll be very
Can't
good.
get rid that easily. Should have been me, but.
Swear.
Oh?
What?
What did I say?
You're moving crazy.
This is more of the personality from Mimi that I was hoping to see early on, but everybody takes their time. She needed to thaw out a little bit, and I feel like she's a little bit more thought out now. I've been seeing her TikToks too. They've been popping up on my For You page, and she's funny. She's funny. Maybe she just needs a little moment to feel comfortable to really let that personality out. When I compare both Mimi and Uma, I genuinely think that they're both very good choices. The difference with Mimi is that she's actually into Ayo more than Uma is based on what I see on the screen. So if I was Ayo, I would go to where I'm wanted more, but he's led by other things. So yeah. In the next morning, Uma talks to Omar, who says that at a club, she is the one that he would move to. And she basically was saying, like, out of everybody, who are you feeling? And then he said that, right? And I'm not going to make this a whole dissertation thing about, like, black politics and whatever, but I am picking up on both Ayo and Omar saying who they would move to first is Uma. Is Mimi bread? Like, is Mimi a toe? Something in me doesn't, well, without getting too deep, something in me doesn't understand why the guys don't see Mimi as like creme de la creme. And it's not to take anything away from Uma, but this constant, like, who would I move to first? And it's always Uma. I'm like, do they not see Mimi? Like, Mimi cried and it looked ethereal. Like it, I don't understand it. And it's not even my Zim bias. I genuinely look at this girl and I am floored by her beauty. The only thing that I can think of, no, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there, okay? Anyways, just know I'm paying attention. So Kieran gets sent on a beach date with Nicole. It was boring. What you need to know is her ex was a rugby player who cheated on her, and Kieran is also a rugby player who cheated on his ex-girlfriend. So clearly she has a type. She's gonna go with it anyways. At least he was honest. At least he was honest. They do live close to each other and they are very into each other right now. So if they were to get together, it does seem like they have good potential. We're gonna have to work on that cheating thing, because that's not gonna fly, okay? Patsy talks to Omar and says that Munveer is not on her radar, so she's looking to get to know Omar more. Ronnie takes Harriet for a chat and he reiterates that his words weren't the best, however, the sentiment remains the same. He does want to get to know Harriet.
Harriet, come and have a chat.
Yeah, of course.
He's a cheeky twat.
Obviously, I meant what I said. Do you know what I mean? It was just the way I said it was completely wrong.
I just feel like from the beginning there has been, but obviously we just haven't had like a chance.
Yeah.
Just don't cry. Just don't let him cry.
Tell your mate to sort his head out. Honestly, he's a little rat.
Jess is spiraling now. Not crazy spiraling, but she's kind of like twitching. And she's upset that he hasn't checked in on her so far. And I'm like, let's be for real. You've kind of been giving him lip since the speech. Just before bed, she gave him lip. First thing in the morning, she gave him lip. I personally would not want to check in on somebody who keeps throwing out comments, even if I was in the wrong. Even if I was in the wrong, I'm less inclined to want to talk to you if we're like, the vibe is still weird. Mimi and Ayo talk about where things stand between them, and he claims that she is still his number one.
Mimi, you're beautiful. You carry yourself like that as well. That night, like, I had to put up a speech, like, it would have been for you.
That's nice to hear, obviously.
Yeah.
Reassuring. But I guess good things come to those who wait, isn't it?
So if Mimi is your number one, when she called you out on your lack of effort, where was your changed behavior? If Mimi is your number one, why does she feel like number two? Like, what's good? Ayo, make it. This guy's pissing me off. So, me personally, I would think that the first option would still get the majority of his time, even when he's exploring. And based on the edit and Mimi's words, that doesn't seem to be the case. People are also feeling for Mimi, which also makes me think that the house sees that he's not giving her any kind of priority, any kind of preferential treatment. Like, she's not your number one. Just be honest, okay? She later on does say that the more she sees him with Uma, the more it's pissing her off, and she just would not let this run if she was on the outside. She also says she probably has to stop talking to him because the more she speaks to him, the more she develops feelings. And girl, you're gonna have to make it a clean break, because don't be catching feelings for a man who's giving you nothing. Like, in the beginning, sure, he was laying it on thick, but now he's barely giving you anything and your feelings are growing stronger. Don't do it, sis, okay? So the villa has this red party. Everybody's just wearing red. And they play a game where we learn that Samantha wants to take Joey home to meet her parents. Sean would like to go with Jess to the hideaway. Kieran says that Harriet has the most red flags. Ronnie thinks that Jess and Harriet are the sexiest in the villa. This is where my ITV crashed, so I don't know what else happened in between, but I did see on Twitter that basically Aya was given a choice to kiss either Mimi or Uma, and he chose Uma.
Snog the Islander you think is 100% your type on paper.
Yes, true.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Aya, when I catch you. Aya, when I catch you. Aya, when I catch you. Oh, he makes me so mad. Like, he doesn't make me mad for real. This is all for entertainment purposes. Gotta be for real. He frustrates me to watch. Like, you've made your decision now. Stick to it. Stick to it. You just finished saying you're my number one. If I had a choice to pick, I would pick Mimi. Da, 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 da. And then you go and you kiss Uma. Be effing for real. Leave my girl alone. Don't talk to her no more. ITV producers, I know it's a little bit soon to send somebody else in for Mimi, but I'm sorry, Omar. Not for Mimi, okay? Not for Mimi. Send in somebody else. Please and thank you. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.